So it says, woman spends thousands of dollars on video games to prevent her husband from being unfaithful.
Imagine that.
Jealous woman spends thousands of dollars on video games to prevent her husband from being unfaithful. So literally, this man, he's most likely being unfaithful. So all she's doing, here, I'm going to buy you some games every month. So he can stay at home for hours, not really spending time with her, just be at home gaming. So he's not out there cheating on her.
Right.
So he's not out there looking at other women.
See, both parties, unfortunately, are deceived by Satan. One, the husband who is addicted to video games. Two, the woman who thinks that simply buying video games for him is going to help him to remain faithful. Video games, if anything, will cause him to be unfaithful because he's not being distracted instead of spending time with you. Again, we're looking at Satan's deception. This is a deception of Satan. So again, it's not just for the young people Satan is playing a game of life with. So some older person may say, well, I'm good to go. No, Satan is trying to destroy the relationships. He's just trying to destroy the marriages. If he can destroy the marriage, he can destroy the church. If he can destroy the church, he can destroy society. And so right here, we see the deadly deception of Satan, the addiction even of video games, right? And the deception, unfortunately, of this woman here who, you know, maybe she wants a good relationship, but the husband that she chose was someone that was just not, you know, fit to be a husband at the time.
Right.
I mean, it's very sad. It's very sad.
That's true.
I mean, there's so much more that could be said about that.
And I believe this is one of the root causes of why people continue to seek a new high, whether it be video games or another distraction. That's what most people are seeking. But here is a key to get the victory. If this is what you're struggling with, which I'm sure on some level we all are, 1 Timothy 6 and verse 6. This is one of my prayers. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. You see, the reason why people always go to the new high is because they're not content. It's because they don't have Christ in their life. But when we invite Christ into our life, when we also ask God to give us contentment, that satisfaction with what we presently have, then we won't be always looking for the next high. We won't be always seeking the next form of entertainment to keep us distracted. That's what the devil wants us to do. So the reason is we're not godly and we're not content.
Amen.
And one of the issues why they are in this valley of deception is because they're not converted or not being converted, and they're not engaged in evangelism for the Lord.
That's right.
You see, the reason why they can spend hours in these things, because they're evangelizing for Satan. Think about it. It's exactly what they're doing. They're evangelizing for Satan, preparing souls for damnation. When people are watching this podcast and they're wondering, you're saying come to Christ, that's theoretic and theoretical. When I come to Christ, how do I find satisfaction? It's those three things. Watch, pray, and work. Watch, pray, and work. Volume 2, page 283, the three watchwords.
Yeah.
So Satan will not have advantage over us. Watch, pray, that's your conversion experience, and work, evangelize. When you are evangelizing for God the right way, there's no time to be self-centered. Watch this now. And because you're evangelizing, you're going to spend more time in prayer. Because you're evangelizing, you spend more time in study. Because you can't share what you don't have.
Yes.
And as you're evangelizing, you see your deficiencies. You spend more time in prayer. As you're evangelizing, you want to pray for the people. You're no longer self-centered and selfish.
Yes.
Pride dies. You will not be entertained by the rebellious because you realize you're on the path to destruction. And now you see clearly where that track is leading. It's the three watchwords that will solve the problem.